Welcome back to the Football Fever. Ohio State dominated the college football preseason talk by assembling one of the most talented rosters in the nation. But the Buckeyes have also made headlines with their profession of faith, inspiring a powerful movement on campus. When players commit to Ohio State, they commit to playing for a national championship. But leaders of this year's team have committed to playing for a greater purpose.
It's been a huge part of everything that we've done. Been a huge part of a lot of the reasons why the seniors came back and everything like that.
The revival within the football program began 6 years ago, with Master Teague, Xavier Johnson, and Cameron Babb leading the way.
One thing I think that I can speak to is just injuries and just going through mental challenges as you play football and just in life in general. And Jesus was the answer for me, and I believe he is the answer.
When life doesn't go as planned, Babb says he finds comfort trusting in a greater plan.
I think so many people are trying to find just that hope and that sense of peace and that sense of belonging outside of what they do.
That sense of peace has grounded the Buckeyes. And for Carson Hinsman, that means he gets to center on something other than playing center.
And I really think the team is coming together, not only with obviously position switching and everything like that, but I think spiritually as well. I think that's really empowered guys to, like you said, trust the process and just battle this thing out.
This Buckeye Brotherhood is bonded by faith. More than 20 players sported Jesus One shirts to kick off fall camp, and Babb says weekly Bible studies have grown.
Coach Walton, like for example, he's kind of the one when we started the Bible studies. We were doing it really at his house, honestly, and then now I think they have been doing it like in his film room and probably even going to the team room now just because of the amount of people that are coming. It kind of got bigger.
Those talks have transcended the team room. Stars like Emeka Egbuka, G. Scott Jr., and Trey Henderson led thousands of people in an Invitation to Jesus event on campus where more than 50 people were baptized.
They care about not only their teammates, but they care about the community. They care about Buckeye Nation. They care about the fans, and these are great, great people.
These Buckeyes are empowered to show fans they are more than just football players.
They care about not just the people in the locker room, their coaches and their families, but they want people to see this hope that they found in Jesus. And I think that's really just a motivating factor for the work that they kind of go and do.
Guys, culture is important, but relationships are more important now than ever, especially with the transfer portal and building those bonds quicker. And I think faith has really brought this team together after multiple conversations with the guys I've had, including Court Williams. I asked him if this was the closest knit group that he's been a part of at Ohio State, and he told me it is, and he pointed to faith as the reason.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we hear, sport teaches us about life, and it's inspiring to see something like that. Cam Babb, when I think of his career, we saw him on the screen there, it's joy through adversity, right?
Yeah.
He's had so many injuries, so many setbacks, right? And then how can he have this overflowing joy? You'll talk to guys like Trey Henderson, G. Scott, they would call him a mentor, and that's what faith is, right? I mean, it's that perseverance, it's that love, and you can see it in this brotherhood that they have in the Lord. It's pretty inspiring, to put it lightly, Obi.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because they're unapologetically speaking about faith, and it's interesting because people speak a lot about hope, but hope is actually empty without faith. Hebrews 11 says that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. It goes on to say by it the elders received a good report. So it's faith actually is hope, but faith has to feel the hope, right? And people wondering, I feel so empty, but I have hope. I feel empty, but I have hope. And it's like, no, you got to fill that hope with faith, and these guys are doing it, man. So
it's genuine. Cool. You can see it.
Oh,
you
for
look
sure.
very moved right now, too.
Oh,
I love that it brings them all together.
Yeah,
it's inspiring.
You go through enough in life where you actually have to rely on something outside of yourself, and so. Yeah, it's a real thing. Yeah, it's a real thing.
And by the way, Obi, back when I was at Ohio State, I only used Mirror Lake or saw the students go in Mirror Lake when they were partying, and now they get baptized.
Now they get baptized.
You know what I mean?
Things have changed.
That's a beautiful scene right there.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you guys though. I mean, from a team standpoint, the margin between a national champ and a really good team is very small.
Yeah.
I mean, does a bond or a sense of unity, whether it be religion or anything else, does that actually matter as far as results on the field, do you think?
Big time, David. I was a part of a national championship team, and I can tell you firsthand having a close-knit unit, because every season is like a journey in itself. I mean, each one is different. But when you have a unit that's tight, when you have guys that trust each other, and that bond is faith, I think that makes the trust even stronger. And it really is a beautiful thing to see unfold. I think late in that season, stuff like that is what you're going to hang your hat on and rely on when you get in those tough times, because it will not be an easy season. This is going to be a grueling, long season, and then you got a 12-team playoff. They're going to need stuff like this.
I also believe what it does, it allows you to have an open forum for mental health.
Yes.
Also,
That's a good
because
point,
when you're
Obi.
talking about faith and you're talking about these things, it's also a lot easier to check on your brother and be like, "Hey, bro, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay?" And it's okay to say when you're not okay, right? And so I think it creates a really, really cool launching pad for success outside of the game, right? That then shows up in the game.
Absolutely.
Pretty impressive, to say the least, by these Buckeyes. Great story, Kellyanne, as well.